Hello everyone. Today's class will be about John Fitzgerald Kennedy. At the age of 43, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, also known as JFK, became the second youngest president of the United States of America. Sadly enough, he was assassinated on November 22, 1963. Born in 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts from a wealthy Irish-American family, JFK was second oldest of a group of 9 extraordinary siblings. Throughout his life, JFK suffered from chronic illnesses. He suffered from severe colds, the flu, scarlet fever, and even more severe, undiagnosed diseases that forced him to miss months of school at a time. During his school career, Kennedy was but a mediocre student who was more interested in sports, girls, and practical jokes than his course material. He did, however, excel in English and history, and thanks to his mother, he was very interested in American history and politics. In 1936, John entered Harvard University. Shortly after graduating from Harvard, Kennedy joined the U.S. Navy and was assigned to command a patrol torpedo boat in the South Pacific. On August 2, 1943, his boat, PT-109, was rammed by a Japanese warship and split in two. 2 sailors died, and Kennedy badly injured his back. Holding another wounded soldier by the strap of his life vest, Kennedy led the survivors to a nearby island, where they were rescued 6 days later. The incident earned him the Navy and Marine Corps Medal for extremely heroic conduct and a Purple Heart for the injuries he suffered. Upon his discharge from the Navy, Kennedy obtained several influential positions. He worked briefly as a reporter, after which he became member of the Democratic Party, and in 1946 he was elected to the House of Representatives. In 1952, seeking greater influence, Kennedy won a seat in the U.S. Senate. Shortly after his election as senator, JFK met a beautiful young woman named Jacqueline Bouvier. The couple was married on September 12, 1953. Jack and Jackie Kennedy had 3 children: Caroline, John Fitzgerald Jr., and Patrick Kennedy. In 1956, while recovering from a surgery, JFK wrote a second book, profiling 8 senators who had taken courageous but unpopular stances. Profiles in Courage won the 1957 Pulitzer Prize for biography, and Kennedy remains the only American president to win a Pulitzer Prize. After 8 years as a senator, Kennedy got bored by the Massachusetts-specific issues, and he was more drawn to the international challenges posed by the Soviet Union's growing nuclear arsenal and the Cold War battle. In 1960, Kennedy entered the presidential election, with Lyndon B. Johnson as his running mate. On November 8, 1960, John Fitzgerald Kennedy defeated Nixon by a razor-thin margin to become the 35th President of the United States of America.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
One of JFK's biggest achievements was the 1963 Limited Nuclear Test Ban Treaty with Great Britain and the Soviet Union, which eased Cold War tensions. Another one was the 1964 Civil Rights Act, for which he sent the foundation, the Civil Rights Bill, to Congress in 1963. Unfortunately, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas, Texas on November 22, 1963. Let's get to work now. To learn more about the assassination of JFK, I want you to go to www.youtube.com. There you will search for John F. Kennedy Final Hours. You will choose the 3rd video in line and watch it carefully. You may take notes while doing so. Off you go!